Okay, hi people. I'm so glad you guys are on with us tonight. We have enjoyed the push group so far these past how many days? Honestly, it's only been like 9 days since we didn't start until the third, right after Austin. And Amber was there, and what I love about Amber is I got to meet her in Michigan, which was so random because I like decided to go to Denise's event like 3 days before it happened. And I got to meet Amber at dinner, and she was just awesome. You know, like how you feel because I wasn't triple diamond yet. I was a double dreaming to go triple diamond. And I was so scared. And you know, you see these people that you see on stage, and you know, Amber's up there always looking so cute with her short hair, and she like looks like little Tinkerbell, and she's big as a minute, and she's so precious. But I was so nervous, but she's sweet as pie. And I love when you meet somebody and you admire them so much, and then they're like Amber Parker, and you're like, oh my gosh, now I love her even more. So she is an ambassador diamond. She has an incredible story. She and Josh, her sweet husband, have taken a field position as field liaisons, and they are killing it. They help so much in group pages. They lead us well. They're so patient. I know Josh is like, oh my gosh, this is so much estrogen, but he does so well with handling the emotional women that he has to deal with. He's amazing. I'm one of those that he's gotten messages from. But we are honored to have you on our push chat because we know that you're an ambassador diamond. You've pushed people to greater heights in your business, multiple people. So we want to interview you and ask you a bunch of questions.
Oh my gosh, you're like making me blush, making me tear up already. Okay, let's do the dang thing. First of all, I want to be a part of this push group. Like, what? Can I join 10 days late? Like,
Yes,
please.
accept my friend request. I literally just friended you.
Did
And
you?
I'll put you in it, girl.
Okay, it's coming in hot right now. Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna
Maybe
find
I
it in a
did.
minute.
Hopefully I did. Did I press the button?
Well, I was maxed out for a long time, and then I went through and deleted a bunch of people because, nothing will fuel you like building a business once, but you delete everyone and you do it twice. That's like some fire underneath you. So I deleted a whole bunch of people.
So let's talk about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
what do we
So
want to talk about?
I think you segued perfectly into that. So if we're rebuilding, or okay, let's not ever say rebuild. I'm
Yeah,
trying to retrain my mind. So we
sure.
continue to build. We are continuing to build our business, right? So you are having to start over in these certain areas. How did you do it?
So, I mean, first things first is I think when we all started Facebook or Instagram, if you're Facebook, drop Facebook in the chat. If you're Instagram, drop Instagram in the chat. When we all start, for me, when I started this business, I didn't want to use my friends and family. I grew up in Flint, Michigan. Like, we were broke as a joke, mentally and physically and financially. And so I just didn't want to use my friends and family. That it's just not what I wanted to do. So my very first distributor was a complete stranger. And so that's how I built my business. But when I started Facebook prior to joining a business, who did I add? Well, my friends and my family. And so I was marketing to just my friends and family who didn't want to have anything to hear from their little sister, their youngest sister, actually. And none of my friends wanted to hear from me either. And so I had to immediately learn how to expand my network. And some of the things that and still to this day, I'm constantly maxed out on friends on Facebook, especially. That's mainly, I'm recently last couple months been tapping a lot into Instagram, which I finally got blocked because I've been doing it so much. But so don't do that. I'll teach you all the things not to do as well. But with Facebook, I found a couple successful people from a friend of a friend of a friend. And I went and I said, do I trust Autumn? Do I trust Dawn? Do I trust Jessica? Not in the business, just as a friend, as somebody who I feel like is successful. They're positive. And by successful, I mean, that could mean they could be just a mom, a stay-at-home mom. They could be, but are they kind? Are they sweet? Are they gentle? Are they the qualities of a leadership that I would look for, that I would want to partner with? And so I look for those qualities. Do they post a lot of selfies? That exudes confidence. Okay. Are they constantly posting negative or positive? And so I looked for those kind of people, and I would add 10 of their friends a day. And that's how I started branching out. And then I would look for people who lived in a specific city. and I would add that. I'm like, where do I want to travel? You guys, I've done a rap tour across the country, like going from state to city to here to Denver, all the way to Michigan, because that's where I started growing my networks. And so that's an easy way on Facebook, especially because you can just expand by searching a city. Like, I want to go to North Carolina. We'll find a city in North Carolina, and it's going to pull up all the boutiques, all the people. You can even search in Facebook, all my friends that live in Oklahoma, and it's going to pull up all your friends that live in Oklahoma. And so you can search specific areas. And so that's how I did it, as far as growing my network and expanding. And then as the years have gone on, there's going to be people who don't use Facebook. Okay. If they haven't posted in 3 years, you're gone. Like, if I'm on Facebook, I need to be hitting targets. If they don't have a profile picture, that was where I first started. Okay. Was if they don't have a profile picture, they're out of there. Like, I'm deleting them. And because chances are they're not on social media anyways. And so, yeah, you can have 5,000 friends, but if 5,000 friends out of that 5,000, only 800 are active, you got no network. So figure it out and start deleting people. And so, I've been maxed out many times, and every couple months, I'll just go through and delete anyone who's not active, anyone who doesn't have a profile picture. And then I re-add and I start expanding my network that way.
I love that. And you can print out your friends list. You can even Google that, or look up on YouTube how to print out your friends list. And there's a tutorial there. I've only through the C's, but that'll help too. I know that there are some husbands that are doing this full time, or your husbands are wanting to get into this full time. This is one of the questions. Husbands that want to do the business with their wives. Tips and ideas on how to get started. What does Josh do? We know what he does now, but what did he do along the way?
Yeah, and let me make it very clear, you guys, not every husband, like, it might be the wife's dream for the husband to do the business, but it's not necessarily always the husband's dream to do the business. And I will tell you that there has been so many good days with Josh being home, and some of the best days when he was working. It's going to vary, but I would highly recommend that the husband just isn't Mr. Mom. That's fun for a little while. And then the husband's like, okay, I need the work, right? Like, I need the hustle. I need to have a hobby. I need to get out. I need to do something else besides cook, clean, and wipe butts. Like, I need to do something else. Okay. And that we have to be okay with that too. And as with us, we need something else besides a work from home business. We need friends outside of the business and in the business. We need new friends. We need a hobby. I need girls' night. I need sushi night. Like, come on, I need to shop. Like, I need extra things that take me away from the business too. And a lot of times what happens, and I'm just going to be very transparent with you guys, as your husbands come home, they will never do what we do, if that makes sense. My husband's not going to go out and actively recruit. Some do, some don't, but it's got to be their excitement. Not that we need them to be like, get on it, right? Like, that's exhausting. I wouldn't want someone to do that to me. We don't want to do that to our distributors. Don't do it to your spouse, okay? But if they're using the products already, post about it. Okay. And I think communication is going to be key if they are going to do this business. Even let's just start part-time. But something too is if you guys bring them home and you don't have 8 hours of work for them to do, and you're here hustling from 9 to 9, 10 to 10, however long you work, you're going to become bitter that they're Mr. Mom and you're working mom. I promise. Okay. And so I would highly recommend that you set hours. It is very crucial that Josh and I now, especially that we're field and we're corporate and we homeschool and we're together full time, that we have our time apart. So we miss each other, and we have our time together. So we appreciate each other. Mm-hmm. And that's very vital as well. But guys do this business the same way the girls do. But I'm telling you, if it's your spouse, they need to do it their way, and you have to accept that their way is okay. Me and Josh have what's called 10 acres. And it's his 10 acres, my 10 acres, and what's our 10 acres. And if I say fold the laundry, okay, you don't get to micromanage that. He's going to fold the laundry. He's going to fold those towels in 3s or 4s, however he darn well pleases. And you don't get to micromanage that. Okay. And y'all are laughing because you're like, oh my gosh, yes. If he puts the toilet paper on backwards, that's okay, because you asked him to go fill up all the toilet paper. Okay. And so the same thing, if you ask him to message 10 people, don't tell him how. That's his 10 acres. You gave him that 10 acres. Okay. And vice versa. If the husband says, hey babe, can you cook dinner? And you're like, yeah, it's spaghetti. And he cooks his noodles one way and you cook one other way. That's his 10 acres. You don't get involved in that. And that's been very, very, very hard to understand that even in a marriage, you both have different things. And Josh and I learned this very early on, that he takes out the trash. I put the bag in. It just works out that way. And because he always forgets the stupid trash bag. And I'm like, why do you forget the trash bag? And either I'm going to take it out fully, or I'm just going to learn, instead of fighting and arguing about it, that I just put the trash bag back in. No big deal, right? It eliminates that opportunity for argument. So if they're coming home, make sure that their list is what they want to do, not what you want them to do, not what you expect them to do, and not to the degree of your expectation, because sometimes we just need them to actually shut up and cuddle you. Okay. And sometimes I need you to not say a word on my recruitments, and I just need you to tell me that I'm a bad A and I can do it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and so you've got to have that open communication and give them something else besides just working the business. But that means you too.
Yeah. That's all really good stuff. And that helps, because this is Adam's second time home, because a little bit of transparency. He came home after I went double, because I wasn't an average double. So he came home so that I could really work the business. Life happened and he went back to work. He's now back home. And we're trying to find that balance. We've set schedule for the summer, and it's actually, I think, working so far a lot better, but you get back into those
bad habits.
Doing this, or, well, if I'm going to make the living, you need to be doing this. And I totally did that the other day, and it's not fair.
Yeah. And it's not fair, you guys. And it will happen, because none of us have a perfect marriage. But I mean, when we brought Josh home, I had 2 babies at home, and I needed help. I needed him to be Mr. Mom. Now he does cook. Okay. In our household, he is the cook. He is the chef. If you go follow him, he's got all these fancy pictures, and people have offered him like to open up restaurants or whatever, food trucks or something. And he is a very good Mr. Mom, which I took for granted. I will tell you that. I was like, sweet, I ain't got to cook ever. I'm never rolled laundry. Like, I really did. And then once our kids went to school full time, I was like, I don't have 8 hours of work for you to do. You need to go do something else. Get out of my hair. Like, the kids don't need you. They're at school. I need like structured time. Go do something. So he went and helped my brother start a plumbing business. For 2 years, he did that. And then I was like, I miss you. I need you. Come home. And we started homeschooling our kids last year. And so I was like, Kate, I need you home. I need you here. And the same thing, you guys, that wasn't what filled his cup, was teaching our kids multiplication tables. Like, that wasn't, it was an idea that we created together, but it wasn't what we thought it was going to be. And it was more, actually. And so I think that we both got stuck in the, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm sitting here messaging all day. What are you doing? Right. And we were tit for tatting, and that's not healthy, you guys. It's just not healthy. And I think for us, I'm like, he doesn't do what I do. I don't do what he does. And you have to just trust that you're both getting it done. And then in January, when we started this field liaison position, you guys, it is so hard to clock in and clock out in this business, because essentially we don't, but you must.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to find time to go to bed together. There's going to be seasons where you don't, right? And you just got to be on the same page, and that's okay too. But there's got to be date night non-negotiable, okay? And it seems like pushed back as you spend so much time home together, because you're like, I'm with them all the time, but you're not present.
It's not quality.
Yeah. And you gotta make those, schedule that right in there. And pretty soon, Josh and I are still learning a schedule of, oh my gosh, now the kids are home. I hired a nanny / assistant, and now I've got to give her stuff to do, him stuff to do. He's got to give me stuff to do. He's got, as you know, a million people DMing him, sliding into his DMs. And so we're both, I'm doing Zooms. He doesn't, like, there's, he doesn't do a ton of them, but just differently. He does a lot of compensation plan. I do compensation plan, but I do trainings. Like, there's just different aspects. And so you've got to schedule out your time. If you don't tell your time where to go, and let me tell you, you think you can do it all, at least I think I can. I'm like, I got it. And I got it for about 3 days, and then I lose my shiz, because I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I'm done. Like, and I'm mad at you because you didn't have my back. Like,
I don't know why I'm mad at you.
And I don't know why I'm mad at you, actually. So there's going to be different times in your business where you need different support for each other, you guys. And don't forget that they need support too. And they need to be a part of it. If that's only to say job well done, then great. But have that crucial conversation with them and make sure you're on the same page.
And I think that's all of that can be taken too, even if your husband isn't home. It's him understanding what you're doing on a daily basis when he's not home. You know, you're doing this with the kids, and then you're trying to work this business, and having that open communication when he is home so that he understands it, and still having the date nights and those intentional moments of, let's go to bed together tonight. I'm going to take, you know, these hours and put them over until tomorrow. So I think that's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about the best social media advice to gain followers. What has been your best tips? Is it following? Is it going live? Or is it all the things?
I mean, I'll tell you what not to do.
Okay.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is genius. I'm going to pick, and you can do this, but do part of this, and I'm going to tell you what part to do. So I picked 4 profiles that had quality people that I could connect with. So boutiques, in what area I wanted to build my business, find a local boutique, find a local hair salon, find an eyelash artist, find somebody that you can connect with. I don't follow them. Okay. I just find their profiles and I search them, and I do this profile one week, this profile the next week. That's 4 new profiles a month to 4 different new networks every single month. And now I was going overboard, and I was going to that page every hour and following about 100. Well, that'll get you blocked. So don't do that. Okay. So just set one timer a day in your daily power hour and follow only 100 people a day. Okay. And I scroll all the way to the bottom so I'll go to that profile. I'll click on the picture, go back a little bit. Right. But I like to go about 4 pictures back. Okay. So find a profile, 4 pictures, recent post, because that tells me that they're active on Instagram if they're liking that picture. And then I go to the likes, and I scroll all the way to the bottom because those are private accounts. And so I start there and I follow from the bottom up. And so, again, don't do it every hour, because that's what I did. I was like, oh, this is genius. I found the way. And I went ham, and it was not good. And I got blocked. So now I can't follow anybody. So, but that's essentially, it keeps you focused. It keeps you from scrolling. You search that paragraph. It's in the top of your Instagram. On Instagram, it's there for the week, and you just click the 4th picture, 3rd picture, you know, so on and so forth, and go to the likes. But why I don't follow them is because if they request me back, it'll say Amber follows Boutique 101 or whatever it is. And then that's how they know that you kind of linked through them. So that's why I don't follow the profiles.
Awesome. Now you said, are you private on Instagram, or are you public? So you are private. Yeah. What do you think the benefit of being private is? And because here's what I've been doing, and maybe I need to switch it up just for algorithm purposes. You never know. I only follow people who are public, because sometimes it takes forever for people to
log in. Yeah.
So what has it done for you being private?
So the thing that I found, because I went public, but I was losing about 100 followers a day.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't work too hard for this. Okay. So the reason, if you request me and I'm public, I just want the followers. So I'm not curious to go and check you out. This is my research that I found, and it might be completely different for everyone. You're going to have to find what really works for you. Number one reason why I'm private is creepy freaking men. Okay. They're just creepy, and I don't want them. I'm sorry. Like, I don't need creepy men in my profile with my kids. Ain't gonna happen. Okay. And you only get so many pictures, and then you're like, okay, we're done. Yeah, no. And I post pictures of my kids. I homeschool them. They're very active in our life. For me, it's just my sanity. No. So, I went public for a while. I tried to get like featured in the cool featured pictures. I couldn't figure that out. And so I think there was so much that I was trying to figure it out that I forgot what I was actually doing, and it paralyzed me. So number 1, for the simple fact of my kids and my safety. Number 2, for creepy men. And number 3, because I want the curiosity. Okay. So if I go to somebody who's private, chances are they're going to request me back. If I request, and I don't like request Oh, are they private? Oh, it says following. I don't unfollow. Like, I just go 100. Whether they're private or public, it doesn't really matter. But I like more private because I feel like they look for that genuine relationship, I guess, versus a public account. They got 17,000 followers. They just want more followers.
They don't
And
care.
they're not curious about you, you know? So that is where I stand as far as private or public. But
I like that. I kind of want to try that because I'm in that space where I want genuine followers, not just a follow for follow. And I want to have genuine conversations with people that are interested in what I do.
Right.
Interested in just me as a person because I'm delightful. Okay. How often, let's see, which one should I go to next? Okay. This kind of segues into that. How do you sign LCs?
So I've never been a high recruiter, you guys. Like, I've never been signed 27 million loyal customers, signed 6,000 distributors in a day. Just not me. I made it to ambassador in 2.5 years, building the steps to success. I have all 7 years, every single paper for my steps to success still to this day in my office. Like, I focus on the steps to success. I sign up my 4 customers and my 3 distributors in no particular order. That is my goal every single month, which breaks that down to 4 customers, 1 a week, 3 distributors a month. That's about 1 every week and a half. That's just how I built my business. To this day, anytime I enroll more customers or more distributors, I can't keep track of that. And I feel like for me, I'm personally working harder, not smarter. And I still have customers that have ordered for 7 years straight because I can remember 4. I can't remember 40. And that's my opinion. And I'd rather find quality versus quantity. There's some things like shoes, I take quality over quantity, but I like the quantity. But in this business, I just really love the quality. And I feel like connections are key. And if I can connect with them, I can keep them. If I can't connect with them, I don't keep them. And you guys can look back at your history. When did you keep your distributors? Was it when you enrolled 57 or when you enrolled 3? Was it when you enrolled 78 million customers or when you enrolled 4? That those 4 customers became your distributors because you could give them that quality time. Now, I'm not saying there's a right or a wrong way to build this business. My heavens, if you are a quantity mass distributor, like, kudos to you, you've got it together. It's not for me. And still to this day, I would rather sign up 3 distributors and 4 customers and take those 4 customers to, in 90 days, those 4 customers are my next 4 distributors. They're going to use the products for 3 months and they're upgrading to a distributor because I've been able to keep them on that 90-day program, upgrading every single month to a new product, and I can keep track of customers that way. In my opinion, I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
But I love that you say that because anybody that's at a crossroads, kind of like me, can now say, I can still get to presidential, ambassador, and just complete my steps to success. And as you're doing that, you just did the steps to success. So you broke it down. So how do you train those new distributors? Because clearly you taught them duplication. There's no way you could make it to where you are if you weren't teaching that. Do you know what I'm saying? So how do you train these new distributors? Because you get to really focus and give them your undivided attention.
So, I mean, we need numbers ultimately. Okay. And for me, that 3 has grown. And there's some months when 10 I've found is my max. If I can't remember their name, that's rude in my opinion. And they don't deserve to be on my team. That's the yellow in me. I'm sorry if that's not like, if I can't remember who the heck I signed up, I shouldn't be leaving them. Okay. So 10's about my number for distributors, but 3 is my minimum. Okay. And the reason why I do 3, and I'm going to teach you how duplication, because it is, I taught those 3 how to sign up their 3. And that's how I went diamond in 90 days. Okay. That's a diamond right there. I taught 3 to do their 3. You're at emerald, over emerald, and then they teach their 3 and you're diamond. Like, this business is the power of 3. And if I can teach, we all have 3 friends. We all have 1.5 weeks to get 1, right? And I have systems and I'm 0 green. Okay. But I have the steps to success. Everyone can look and say, I know 4 customers. I know 3 distributors. I know 4 customers. I know 3 distributors. And some months I do it multiple, and some months I only do it 1. Some months I sign 10 customers and 2 distributors. Okay. There's only ever been 2 months in 7 years that I've never signed a distributor. 2 months in 7 years. Okay. And usually it's the month before because I overloaded. I did 17 distributors the month before. So I was exhausted and I couldn't even train 17. And that's when I'm like, whoop, come back to where I can keep the people that I bring in focused. Okay. And I would rather out of 10 keep 9 versus go 50 and keep 2.
Yeah.
Right. So, and again, no right or wrong. So everything that I have, and I'll show you right now. Okay. Everything that I literally just signed up a girl on Instagram today. So I have a text message. I'll send it over to you. And everything is simple. Everything is systematic. Okay. So I copy paste new distributor message. So I sign up my distributors. I very, very, very rarely will ever send out my website. Very rarely in 7 years, maybe a handful of times. And the reason why is because if I give somebody an extra step, chances are they're not doing it. Okay. Number 2, how many times have we gone to Amazon and we're like, oh, I need these shoes and this shirt and this, that, the other, and those earrings. And then our kids need us and we cancel out.
Yep.
That's going to happen with your distributors. And so if we can make it simple for them, and I know what I'm doing, if they're like, I can't find the promo code. Oh, you know what? A bill popped up in the next 10 minutes. Like, oh my gosh, I've just found your closing rate's a little bit higher. Okay. So I sign up everyone for me. I have a standard password. If they're smart enough to log in, they're smart enough to change their password, fine. Change your password. I don't care. Okay. So it says, welcome to the team. We're super excited to have you. The first thing you'll do is which meant to say download, is you'll download our IW Connect app. Then log in with username, send them their username, password, love123. Okay, whatever your March, May, June, whatever month they enrolled. Okay, you figure out a password that you're going to remember. Here's the reason I used to do like random passwords, but then I would spell their name wrong or something, and just keep it simple. Okay. Watch the training videos there. Once you're done, I'll give you your first post. This is literally why. Because I want them, first of all, I got to catch up. Like, I'm like, oh, I just signed up a distributor. I got to make a post. Now I got to do this. So I'm going to give them something to do. Okay. And I said, will you send me a picture of you so I can welcome you to our team page? Welcome them to the team page. Okay. She says, should I watch the training videos or just all the videos are day one? I said, watch as many as you can, girlfriend. She was like, this was at 8:15. At 9:09, she was like, I'm done. That's how quick these are. And if we aren't watching the training, and now she knows what a customer is. Now she knows what an ADBV auto shipment is. Now she knows what the heck she's a part of. Okay. So then I sent her a voice memo and I said, and I asked them questions. And I want to ask them questions because you guys, not everyone will build the business the way that you build it. And we can paralyze a lot of people when we say, all right, you got to go live right now. I'm out. Excuse me? No. Like, no thanks. Okay. First of all, can I get my money back? Like, no. So, or if we say throw up a host to post when you don't even know what a customer is, when you don't even have the script saved, whatever it is, right? So I want to keep things simple. And the person asking questions is in control. Okay. And so I still want to stay in control of this distributor's success for a little while. So I asked them a question. I was driving, so I voice memoed it to her. And I said, okay, our first goal is 4 customers and 3 distributors. How would you like to go about this? Would you feel more confident? Would you? Okay. And this is all part of like leadership and training is would you if I? Okay. So would you feel more comfortable if I sent you a post to post on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter? I don't know what you use. Okay. Like, or would you rather text, call, email? You guys, that's still a thing. Now here, let me break this down. If I came to you and I said, I have a following of 6,000 people, but I don't use social media, would you even know where to begin with me? You're going to be like, you have to phone call? What? Like, as a leader, as a top leader, as a professional, you need to learn to run this business every single way and get uncomfortable with every single way. Okay. I had to learn Instagram. I was like not a fan of Instagram. I had to learn Snapchat for a little bit. Like like puppy filter, what? Like I just didn't get it. And there was another app. There was a girl that I met in Florida one time and she was like, I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook. She was like from Ireland. And I was like, what do you use? She was like, I think it's like WhatsApp or something. And I was like, download it. I don't know what it is, but if you use it, someone else uses it, that's a market I'm missing out on. Okay. So you've got to learn and to be adaptable with different ways of building this business. Okay. Which means you got to do it. Don't ever ask someone else to do something you're not willing to do as a leader. So I asked them that. Okay. And she says, I prefer doing social media and maybe getting out of my comfort zone and going out and doing it face to face.
Good.
Perfect. Golden, right? I don't know this chick from Mars. She's from Instagram. Okay. And so I was like, awesome. I'll send you a first post, edit it, and make it your own. So then she was like, okay, are you going to send an email or social media? And I was in my lash appointment. And so I was like, oh my gosh, sorry, I just finished this one. Edit this. And I have a couple examples from distributors that have made their first post. And I said, edit this one or something like this. And I have just found for me personally, when people are upfront and honest, like, oh my gosh, I just launched a business and here's why. And I'll read this to you really quick, but it says, I'm super excited and nervous, but mostly excited to say that I've started as a distributor with It Works, and I cannot see what comes of it. I have been back full time to work since my little man was 6 weeks old, and now he will be 8 months in almost a week. And it's still so hard for me to leave him every morning. I've been looking for something where I can stay at home and bring in some money for my little family. Me and my husband work opposite schedules where he works graveyards and I work days. My husband is seriously a trooper for working all night and then having to come home and stay up while I go to work so we don't have to pay for daycare. My friend Amber reached out to me after I had Levi and asked to see how I was doing and if I was back at work. There is a cue for you to go find all your friends that have babies and ask them if they went back to work. Okay? And that I wish I could just stay home. Well, she told me about It Works, and I've used some of their products before and they worked. And I didn't really think about becoming a distributor. It would be a good fit for me. I'm kind of shy at first to people I don't know, but I thought this would be an amazing opportunity for me to stay home with my son and branch out of my comfort zone. Here's to a new adventure in that life. I can't wait to see where it starts. Takes me and my family. Now, what did you guys get from that? Like, as a friend reading that, I would be like, dude, oh my gosh, job well done. So grateful that you found something, versus be like, buy from me, buy from me. It's personal, okay? It's connecting with any other of her moms. Her friends and family already know that she just had a baby, okay? And so I have found, and then the other one, and I'll send these over so you guys can you got to edit it to fit you, okay? This one said, okay, guys, I'm launching my own business. Of course, there's a reason why I signed up. My reason why is because I wanted something to push me out of my comfort zone. I wanted to feel like I could provide for my household. Thankfully, it's only $99 to launch. For a limited time, I'm able to work this from my business with a $1,000 guarantee in my first 60 days. You guys are going to plug in whatever promos right there, okay? So if you're looking for a part-time job or a full-time, but don't want to leave your sweet babies and just want to work from home, I can help you. I'm really excited to see where this takes me. Personal, upfront, versus just throw up a post that says, buy coffee from me, buy hair, skin, and nails from me. And then now it's like backpedaling. So I do the same thing for every single distributor, because here's something I think that a lot of us struggle with is we see people and we want to take fault for their failure and we want to take credit for their success. As a leader, I will never take fault for someone's failure, and I will not take credit for their success. Their success is not mine. Okay? Just because I teed her up like this doesn't mean her success is mine to deal. Okay? And so, but if I can treat everyone the same, now I won't even lie to you guys. We judge people. You see if they're like this girl literally, I didn't even know who she was because she didn't have an Instagram picture of her. It was food, travel, whatever. And I was like, is she real? Like that's what I thought, right? And you know what she said? She was like, can I get on the phone with you? And I was, thankfully, I know how to pick up that phone and call people, okay? I was raised in 1986. I can handle it. When phones were a thing, okay? We have home phones right now. What? Our kids don't even know what cell phones are. So I'm like, I know how to do this. And I got her on the phone, and I was able to share my story with her. And 2 weeks later, I added her on Facebook, get them on both platforms, okay? So that's another thing. If you have following on Instagram, if they have their name, go search them on Facebook and just add them. Let them see your stuff. The average person has to see your stuff 7 times. Well, let me speed that up so you can see it on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. So I added her on Facebook, and she's been liking and commenting and engaging. She's been seeing all my posts, and she messaged me and she goes, I'm ready. And I was like, what's your email address and home address? What's the phone number and the name of the card you want to use? What's your birth date and social? Awesome. I'll add you to the team page. Like, I literally have everything so key and simplified, because time is money, money is time. And I don't have time to dink around. I don't. So then she sends me the picture. I send her that. She posted it. She goes, I put out my Instagram for a story on my Facebook. I had to coach her a little bit because she was like, not a scam. And I was like, don't even put that. You don't really need that, right? Like, you don't need, like, just be willing to coach, you guys, but it's not what you say as a leader. It's how you say it. And so I had to tell her why not to say that. And she had to edit it because it said $20 from the promo and it's $99. So she was like, okay, I fixed it. That's awesome. Hopefully I'll get some customers. I said, so now we'll message and create a story for your customers. She was like, okay, awesome. I can do that at 4 p.m. So I sent her slides to post. A confused mind says no. Yeah. So how can I ease up the confused mind? And I don't want to give everyone the same post. I'm going to give them what's hot, right? Something that isn't blurry, something that's corporate approved, something that that's simple, that's sweet, that's easy. So anyway, she goes, awesome. I'll do it on my Instagram stories. I was like, that works. She goes, I did it. Like, literally, you guys, this is within minutes, because a confused mind says no. If I'm like, yeah, and then tomorrow, like, we'll do this, like, go as fast as they go and set that bar when you interview them. The best way for success is the more you communicate with me, the better I'm going to be. If you don't communicate with me, I think I'm bugging you, and I don't want to do that. So, and so she did it, and that's what she did now. And now we'll go into messaging. Like, this girl wants to work, right? Yeah. Like, she wants this. She's from Illinois. I don't got a clue who she is, but I'm excited about her.
Well, and that's why those are the type of people that you're like, I'm okay if I find 3 of those a month. I'd rather find
10, right?
Yes, because we found one yesterday that was it. Well, he met her on an airplane, but she's amazing. She's already contacting people in other countries. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be super honest. I stopped doing the announcement stuff about 2 years ago because, and I'm just being real, because now this makes sense because you're personalizing it, and I was not.
Right.
And they were not, because I didn't know to teach that really.
Sure.
But they were getting slammed by their
comments. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were not wanting to do it. They're like, I didn't know that this would happen. And then I feel like now I have to prepare you, which I do to an extent, because there's going to be some naysayers. But it was so much then, because you're not, I mean, who the heck is going to write that announcement? Right. Only a jerk face that you need to block and delete anyway.
Right. And a lot of the times too, you guys are like, can I find a Googled image? No. If it's not a picture of you and your family, or a selfie, or just text, like, you don't need a big announcement. And this is something else, Amanda, that we've been doing. And I did this to Go Diamond in 90 days, which is crazy that I stopped doing this, but I co-sponsor in. Okay. So even as an ambassador, as a triple diamond, whatever rank you are, you want to build leaders. Okay. But a lot of times when we sponsor in, we want to control. And so if I sign up Allison today, and I place underneath Beth and Gina are getting a message like, hey girls, I just placed Allison underneath you. You're their co-sponsors. Welcome her, add her. And then I put Allison in a group with Beth and Gina, any co-sponsors. And I say, Allison, and I've already told this girl, we work as a team. You're going to have me and a few other girls. I do not say who they are because I don't know where I'm placing them until they're placed. Learn that lesson. Okay. And so then not only is this girl, Jai, is she has me, but she's going to have welcomed from Allison and Beth and Gina. And Gina, Beth their markets are going to say, oh my gosh, their team's rocking and rolling. Yeah. And so what if you start, and so I did this when I was a distributor. I didn't have a team. Okay. But I met girls from parties, and they're sidelines. Monica's a sideline. And she just got her $100 shopping spree. Oh my gosh, congratulations, Monica. You just got a $100 shopping spree. Y'all, that took me diamond.
Wow.
Because my market needed to see that I was that I was still moving, that something around me was going. And so even though Beth and Gina didn't enroll Allison, they're treating her as her own right now from the get-go, because Allison might be mad at me one day and be best friends with Beth the next. Mm-hmm. And if I do not co-sponsor incorrectly, I'm going to be overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. I can't do everything. And if Gina's sitting at the top like, ooh, look at me, I'm diamond now, and I didn't do anything, she's not going to feel worthy of that. And so you want to build these leaders together and co-sponsor them in. So as soon as I place this girl, she's going to get group message with all those girls. And now what's going to happen? I'm going to already have this teed up. She's already made her first post. We're already here. We're on step 3. Like, y'all just need to congratulate her, welcome her. And she's going to feel so welcome and excited and be able to then post tomorrow like, oh my gosh, I've already made 3 friends in this business. I just joined for $100. That's crazy. Like, it's going to tee her up for success. So, so making sure that you are duplicating everything, but also creating that unity within them. Otherwise, Allison's going to be like, hey, Amber, who's Beth? Mm-hmm. I know we've all done it, y'all. And this is why I learned my lesson. Like, oh, yeah, she's just a girl in the business, but I'm yours. Come to me. Right. And then she's like, wait, like I signed up with you. If you don't tee that up, you're going to have some people frustrated and mad. Versus being like, oh my gosh, Amber's lending me 6 hands. Like, this is cool. Right. So, so we've all done it. Okay. But I will tell you, make sure that you're building good leaders and that they're willing to do it. And Beth knows the expectation and Gina knows the expectation of how do you treat Allison? You welcome her on your social media. You both congratulate her when she gets her $100 shopping sprees. You both congratulate her when she signs up 3 distributors, man, she's teed up for Ruby. You both do it. Like, the more the merrier, and there's not anyone stepping on toes when everyone knows everyone's success is everyone's success. Mm-hmm. And so our team started doing this, which is like, it builds that unity within. But let's say that like my team enrolled 19 distributors, our team enrolled 19 distributors. Yeah. And so Monica as a new distributor can say, oh my gosh, our team enrolled 19 distributors. Is that true? Absolutely. Okay. Did Monica sponsor in 19 distributors? No, but her market needs to see that y'all are moving and shaking. And I mean, imagine if you guys all, so my leader started doing this. Okay. So I set the bar every night. I'll go and I'll log in and I'll see how many new customers we enrolled as a team. Our team enrolled 65 customers today. I can't believe this. Okay. Or you go, Beth's going to go to her downline and say, oh my gosh, thank you, Tiffany, John, Sarah, Joe, whoever, for your orders. Is that on her team? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love this.
And it builds momentum for you guys too, to be like, versus the comparison to say, I'm not personally enrolling anybody. Mm-hmm. Like, that makes me lit, right? Like, that makes me excited that like I can celebrate everyone's success. Mm-hmm. And my market sees that we're moving. Mm. Right?
That was gold, because light bulbs just went off in my head, and it's so simple. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a list of all of this after you send it to me, but then make a list of, this is how I launch somebody. This is how I put them into a co-sponsor chat or whatever it is. Right. Because then it's just going to become the regular thing that you do, and you're not going to need the list anymore.
Well, and what happens too is Allison has a question and Beth is working full time, but me and Gina do this full time. Mm-hmm. Beth doesn't need to worry about not responding till 9 p.m. I got her back. Gina's got her back. And it really helps us eliminate, and it helps eliminate Allison going to me, Amanda, Stephanie, Brittany, asking us all the same questions to see who responds first. Mm-hmm. You do welcome Allison, chat, add everybody in. And they all go there for that question. Now, I'm not going to chit-chat, cattywhack back and forth, but because I hate group chats for that. But if I know that Beth and Gina got this, I'm like, cool. Let me know. I'll check in once a day. But other than that, that chat just runs with post responses. How do I respond to this? What do I post next? Like, and you're training essentially so many people versus one-on-one. Mm-hmm. And Beth doesn't know how to launch a distributor now. And Gina is like, cool, I have a team of 17. Don't know who they are.
Right.
Great. Right? So it's just really systematic. And this is why I retain really solid leaders, because Allison might quit on me, but I guarantee you she won't quit on Beth and Gina. And they create this friendship that just locks them in. And they might not like Beth or Gina. Fine, they still got me. Either way, it's a win-win all the way around.
I love that. And segueing into this question, do you keep texting or messaging those distributors that you've signed up but haven't responded time and time again?
Absolutely.
Handle the ghosting.
Yep, for sure. I do everything with zero expectation. Okay? I take everything with a grain of salt, because remember, I'm not going to take fault for the failure, and I'm not going to take credit for their success. But I'm not going to set them up for failure Okay. I will only set them up for success. Follow me? So if I decide that Tracy doesn't respond to me, she's cut, bye, get out of my group, you're not doing this, but we don't know that her dog just died and she's having a really hard time. Okay. I just see she's not engaging. I see that she's not producing results. Well, what about the months that I didn't produce results? Does that mean I didn't work? No, ma'am. I worked every day. I've worked every day for 7 years, but I just didn't see the harvest. Okay. I had a girl, this is true story, and over and over and over again, more than not, you keeping those people plugged in, there's going to be one promotion, one product that can bring them back. But if you cut them out, you're literally eliminating all the potential. And a lot of times too, we don't dig deep into our organization enough to find the gold. We just look at the top, we look at our person enrolled, well, they're not doing anything, so I forget about everybody else, right? I had a girl 2 days ago reach out to me. She was like, hey, my friend signed me up and I think you're like our upline, if that's what you call it. And I was like, girl, what's your name? What's your number? Who you with? Like, what's your Bible verse? Like, I was like, yes, queen, please. Like, who are you? She was 17 levels down. 17 levels down.
Yeah.
And somebody signed up somebody who signed up somebody who signed up somebody on the $9.99 deal.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm yours. Let's relaunch you. Okay. But like, that was somebody that I didn't even connect with in the first place. Here's another story. There was a girl who was in the business for 2 years. She paid her renewal. I didn't sign her up. I kept her on my team page. Like, does it hurt me to keep them in the team page? No. I made one post 2 years. 2 years this chick was in our business. Didn't ever promote. Never really did anything. And I made a post and she messaged me and she said, that post hit me like a ton of bricks. I need to do this business. And I was like, do you still have an active account? Who are you? And I looked, she says, I paid Ryan renewal twice and I've never done anything. She went Emerald in 8 weeks from that day.
Wow.
So again, not every time is it worth hanging out at dead people or dead weight, but I don't do it with an expectation. My 2.0 team is all in the Connect app. And when I go and I have all my groups in my Connect app and I have my triple diamond team. Okay. And I send out a message for our Zooms on Monday and I literally press select 52 people. All those 52 people, working or not working, are going to get a notification that we have a Zoom at 8:00 on Monday.
Love it.
Be on or be square. And again, I'll follow up with, am I going to see you on? Okay. Or make it personal. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if you saw the new product BFF, but it's bomb. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that we just launched a new product. Did you see that ? For them to respond back to you. So again, it doesn't take me any more work to send out 52 messages as it does to eliminate 45 and only message those ones.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
So for me, Connect app is bomb. If you guys aren't using it, you're missing out, because I'm not sitting here like, oh, she's not working. She's not working. She's not working. She's not working. It's really hard to say in the first year if they're actually working. Mm-hmm. If it got active on it, it's a distributor, we're going to talk.
Okay.
To me, people are like, well, they're not working. They're running an 80 BV auto shipment. I'm sorry, but that's more than a lot of people do. She's enrolled 4 customers this month. I'm sorry she doesn't show up to your Zooms. That's more than a lot of people do. And so our qualifications of working really needs to shift. Really.
Yeah.
Because people aren't going to work to the degree that you work, but are they working their business how they want to work it? That's why they joined. Is so they didn't have a boss or a bully, but they had a best friend. And a lot of times, more than not, I'm a yellow leader, you guys. I'm sure you can tell this already. I'm like, don't leave anyone behind. But it's paid off. Not in every situation, but essentially, if I don't do it with the expectation that I'm pouring into this girl and she doesn't even appreciate it. Oh, no. We don't do that. Okay? But I pour into this girl in hopes that one day she'll see it because I see it.
So you don't just, and I think this is what some of these girls are trying to ask is, if your whole team has ghosted you, you're still probably going to reach out because you're there. but you're going to build. You're going to
You have to, you guys.
Or you're not going to have anything.
Yes, exactly. Now, do I just raise dead people? No. Okay, like no. But because I constantly have 3 new every single month, that's where I hang tight to. And then all the other people that are quote unquote not working, they get my messages. They get they get tagged in a promotional video. They'll be on the team page. I don't care. Like, they're going to see it or not. It doesn't faze me. Okay. This is a true story. I had a presidential leave. She was kind enough to say, you can take over my team page. There was 6,000 people in there. And because she didn't want to cross recruit, and she left on good terms, thank the Lord. And I was in her team page. And I made a post that said, these people have been in for 3 or 4 years. 6,000 people still there. Somebody in there that's bound to relaunch. Okay. So I made a post and I said, and I did this in my own team page, you guys, like my own team page. So I said, if you are in this business and active, put a heart below. If you're in this business and need a relaunch, put this below. If you're in this business but deactivated but want to do this business, do this. Now, I had 6 girls comment. That's 6 more than I did have. That's 6 more that you don't know what they're going to bring in as soon as they hear we're launching Mexico this month. Like, did it take any effort for me to care? No. Like, come on, but I'm giving them hope. I'm giving them life. And I know a lot of people are like, move on. No, I move on. I spend about less than 2% chasing old, but it doesn't hurt me. It will only ever benefit me if I give them hope versus being like, you're out of here. Well, she might sign up a friend who signs up a friend that takes you ambassador. And I think because I am so hopeful, like, no, I don't spend 80% of my business being like, they're just not working. No, you're not working. If you don't have 3 new people, you're not working, right? We want to do the turnaround real quick. If you don't have new blood, you're not working, because that's what keeps my fire. And I always tell my team, I have my business and I have my business with my team. 80% is my business, building my potentials, my pipeline, my messages, my posts, and 20% goes to my team. Now imagine if every single one of you on this call did that. Instead of the opposite, we do 80% old, 80% manage, 80% train, 80% this, 80% want, and 20% of our time is like, well, if I get to the message today. Yeah. No. Turn it around.
How many?
I have a business to run.
Like, that's where I've been in the last, to be honest, Amber, in the last 60 days, Austin helped me so much, because I think you said something like this on stage a couple of times, but I've been the 80% training, 80% trying to raise the dead. And then Austin finally lit me up like, you got to sign more people that want to go with you. And if these people want to, they'll start to make the effort, because I do know that 3 new people will change my business every single month. I do know that. And you saying that, I hope everyone hears it. Everybody hear that. If you will sponsor 3 new people every single month, that's $300 in your pocket if they get their first 2 customers, first of all. But that can help you completely rebuild a new Ruby that you need for Diamond.
There was one time when I reached out to Pam, because it was like this wave where everyone came in and they were just recruiting mass amounts. And I was like, there's something wrong with me. I'll never be on that level. I'm out. Disqualify myself right now. I'll never be on that level. I don't have the network. I don't have the patience. I don't have the memory capacity to understand 55 people. Like, I just can't do that. And she looked at me and she says, you went to Ambassador with your steps to success. Why do you think we have them? And I was like, okay. She says, you take 3 people and you focus those 3 people on taking her Ruby, her Ruby, her Ruby, emerald, 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 diamond, 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 and you are triple diamond or above in 3 months. If you focus and train on 3s. We have the steps to success still. Like, why aren't we printing that off and writing it out? I still do. Like, legit, like, still do. Right here, 4 customers, 3 distributors, their 4 customers, repeat. That's it. Write it on a piece of paper. Like, it's easy. We overcomplicate it, for sure.
How many of you on this call right now are struggling with signing distributors and what has she said that has kind of triggered something of, this is why I'm not signing them, or I'm just thinking too much about me and where I want to be? Because that was my thing. I was thinking about where I wanted to be instead of really what we have to offer and the passion that like needs to go along with it, and developing myself as a leader, because I don't deserve to be presidential if I'm not giving them the things that they need, and I'm overwhelming myself and I'm focusing too much on the 80 and not the 20, because I'm never going to teach anybody. Really, if I'm just drilling, no one's ever going to really listen, in my opinion.
Well, and they can feel that. Like, I don't know if you guys believe this or not, but behind a screen, if you say, are you jumping on a Zoom? I don't know if you're being sassy or not. Okay. Like, they can feel your frustration. I want to let them feel your fire, not your frustration. I want them to feel your fire. And as but you have to go find what lights your fire. It's not like, oh my gosh, I just can't do this anymore. I've reached out to 75 people and none of them have even responded. Okay, cool. Do 75 more.
Yeah.
I can only focus on what I can control. And that's my output. That's my expansion. That's my messages. I can't control if Allison goes and sends her 25. I can't control if Beth shows up to all the Zooms. We want to control it. And if you're a red personality or a green personality, you're going to be like, no, you're on or you're out. Okay? like this is hard, you guys, but I'm telling you, like, ask a yellow how that would make them feel. And I knew I had to go ambassador as a yellow because there wasn't a lot of them.
Hmm.
And you can be nice and kind and still make it to the top of the company, okay? Like, but you have to understand that, what if I said that to you? I had a girl who literally just got booted from a chat, and she's like, I don't want to do this at all, actually. Like, I didn't sign up a customer, so I was booted, so I actually am out. And I'm like, what? Like, what about the times I wasn't 100%? What about the times, like, I need to give grace more to myself, but more importantly to everybody else? What about the times that I wasn't showing up to every single Zoom? What about the times I wasn't up at 5 o'clock in the morning for power hours? Ain't none of us perfect, but we can all give grace. And sometimes the things we're doing because we want the expectation here, I can set that expectation high. But it's more to be empowered and inspired than it is to be controlled. And oftentimes when we want to control it and be like, how come you ain't on? How come you're not on? Where are you at?
Do you have a different expectation for your leaders than you do for
sure. But yes, I mean, for sure, diamond and above. But ultimately, you guys, there's rubies I trust way more than a triple. There's people that I would put my brand new distributors with that have no rank at all, but they're positive. They show up to events. They're running an auto shipment. Leadership to me is not a rank. It is action. And I had to really look past rank, because I had double diamonds who wouldn't respond to me for 6 days. And you want me to co-sponsor with you? I don't think so. Right? So but I just know my level of expectations. And then, like, tomorrow I'm going to be driving from Salt Lake to Vegas. Ashley Mayfield went ambassador, and this is like our trip she's my first one. And we're going to go to Vegas for a couple days. And so I told my emeralds and above, and some of them are ruby. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. There's rubies I trust more than upper ranks. Okay. And they're just hungry. Like, and I need someone who's hungry so we can go eat. Okay. Like, I'm ready to like feast, and I need someone who's hungry. And if a double diamond's like, I'm full, like, I'm out. Okay, cool. I'm not. But I told my girls, I said, I don't think on Wednesday I'm going to have service in the time frame. I'm going to be going through the canyon at 10 o'clock. I'm going to like not do our call. And literally 3 of them reached out and was like, we got the call. We're not missing this week. And I was like, that's good leadership. Thank you. And so they know that I haven't missed a call in years. Okay. They know that this is like, it hurts me to not do the call. So they step up. And again, it's not the ones who I would say are high recruiters. It's not the ones who are active in my team page all the time. They sit back in silence and they let success make all their noise. And I think that sometimes we miss those people because they're not loud, you know, but they're hungry.
Yeah.
And I like food. Okay. I like money.
I love the
I
way
like
that
food.
you put that. Because I love the way you put that because I am so predominantly red. You put me and Ashley Mayfield in a room and you may need like,
Okay.
because I am like, Adam's like, yeah, she's your spirit animal. We are the same type of person, just fiery and red. Like, okay, you're not coming by. That's just how we are. And it's been very difficult for me to learn how to be yellow because I do expect if you're a leader, I want you to be there. Be there for your team. When your team's asking me where you are, that's not good in my opinion. Because I'm not their sponsor. I'm their co-sponsor.
You're their upline. And I'll tell you this. This is the perfect example. Ashley Mayfield is not my first presidential and my first ambassador in that leg. Her sponsor quit 4 days before she went presidential.
Shut your mouth.
If I hadn't reached out to her as a going Ruby, so far down, this was before she went Ruby, we wouldn't have that connection.
Wow. I just got chills.
Right. And she knows. I'm the yellow to her heart, and she'll say it. She's like, Amber's really taught me how to be the yellow. There's a time and a place for reds. I jumped on my Monday Zoom and every single camera was off and I was like, I can end this right now. Turn them on. I'm done. Like, I don't need to stare at names, okay? This isn't like the yearbook. I want to see you engaged.
That's good.
Okay? Like, I don't need, if I want to sit here and talk to myself, I'll go to live. And you'll get 5 minutes. Engage with me.
All the cameras.
Like, by the way. Yeah, all of them just came on.
Really? No. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I want to ask you a question because I've said that on my team before. And I'll get messages, I'm doing this, well, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. How would you respond to that? I'll just do a live later?
No, I'm like, that's fine.
Okay.
It's just noted. I think that for me, it's just noted. And you get a couple passes, okay? Because there's times I'm like, I look hit, I'm not getting on. The VIP call today, I literally couldn't turn my camera on. And I'm like, this is pissing me off so bad. Okay? I couldn't. Okay? And so
Casey's in the shower.
Right. Like, we don't need none of that. So, it's like, but here's the other thing, you guys, powerful people don't explain themselves.
Huh?
Like powerful people, they do not explain themselves. And if I knew that I can't have my camera on, I don't need to explain myself. I'm confident in my decision to keep my camera off. You're going to want me to keep my camera off if I'm in the shower. Okay. Like, I don't need to explain that. Right. But a lot of times we want to explain why we're not showing up. And it's because we're not confident in our excuse as to why we're not here. And so I'll just bypass. Like, I don't need, when I'm on these Zooms and there's 3 pages, chances are I'm not clicking to the 3rd page because all of them are going to be off. And that has an energy behind it.
Yeah.
That has I'm full and I don't need this energy. Right? I'd rather stare at a ceiling legit than stare at a blank name. But even then I'm like, oh, what's she doing? I got FOMO. Like, hello, anyone home? Like, come talk to me, right? So I think that there's a time and a place for red personality. I definitely have some. I grew up in Flint, Michigan. Like, I'll go zero to gangster real quick, but there's a time and a place for it. And I think it's after so often I have been yellow and they aren't taking me serious that I will call it quits. We're done with these Zooms if everyone's not on and engaging. Like, I don't need to waste my time. Don't waste my time. If there's 2 on, thank you for those 2. They respect my time. And guess what? They're going to get more of my time. And when so-and-so wants my time and you haven't showed up in 6 weeks, you're going to get about 2 minutes. What do you got? You got 2 minutes. Like, you can build that trust back. So definitely a time and a place, but I feel like more than not, if you start taking things with a grain of salt and just remember that none of us are perfect. We all have bad days. It just means we have a bad day. It just means we have a bad month. It doesn't mean we're a bad person. You got to stay on that.
Wow. Put a 2 in the comments if you're just like, I'm going to get off of here. And I feel like I've been to therapy. Yeah. Let me be honest. I was bawling 3 minutes before this Zoom with girls in my presidential push. I'll tell you later. But this was life affirming for me. This was position affirming for me. It was, I can do a minimum of the steps to success and still find gold in that. And I needed that because I've always pushed myself to complete those steps a minimum of 3 times a month. And when I don't, I kick myself. Because
right. And what energy is behind that?
Yeah. I'm a red and I like the recognition. I mean, I was a theater major. I love all the colors of emotion. Put a spotlight on me and I'll dance for you. That's just me. But
I think we have to remember to reward good behavior.
Yeah.
And, Josh and I just started something, and by me, I mean Josh, because he's amazing, but we wanted to start rewarding good behavior and the masses. And we put up top enrollers for May.
We did too.
And what does that mean? 10 people or more? And then Ashley, who does the Steps to Success every month, she's like, oh, I'm out. I'll never make it. Cool. No, you need to change the qualifications. And it doesn't mean that I blast the number of how many they enrolled either. Okay. And then same thing for loyal customers. It's the same thing. We just put a name, we tagged as many people as we were friends with, and we blew it up, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm a top enroller. Like, they totally appreciate it. And I'm like, this is like, I don't need that. Like, I did not get any recognition, you guys. Let me make this very clear, until I was top 50 in the company. That's when someone finally reached out to me and was like, who are you?
Wow.
Top 50. Zero recognition. I had no upline. And so if I worked based on that, but which is hard for me because I feel like I don't need to send you a gift card every time you enroll a customer. Like, that's your job. Like, so there's pros and cons to every way of building the business. But for me, I'm like, cool, you went diamond, now go double. Like, that's where my red comes out, is like, you need a pat on the back for what? Go. Like, ain't nobody gives me nothing.
Yeah.
I had a downline that supported me. That was it.
I have my enroller, or my upline, my ambassador upline, Lexi Pohl. She used to do incentives like that. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I didn't care if it was a $5 Starbucks gift card. I was going to win it because that's me. But now she doesn't have to do that. She's never had to worry about me. She checks in with me because she knows I'm doing my job. Like, she'll get with me every week. How you doing? What do you need from me? Do you need anything from your chart? Because she knows that I just want it.
Yeah. And we think too, sometimes our people here at Ruby or Emerald or whatever leadership is in your downline, and we think they don't need me anymore. Oh, honey, my presidential still need me as the big old yellow I am, and send them flowers on the birthday. Okay. Like, they still need you in a different way. But you have to know their love language too. Like, I had a girl go triple, and I was like, just tell me what you want. She was like, to be honest, I want those Caminos, like the Shaws. I want to wear, I'm like, for real? That's what you want for going triple? He was like, yeah. I was like, done.
Amber, I think I do too much. I honestly think, because I feel like I have, and this may be more of us, I feel like I have to bribe people, my team sometimes, to sign customers and distributors. And I don't want to have to do that because it's not duplicatable. Not everyone has the money to go out and do all of this stuff to reward people to do something they should be doing anyway.
For sure. We get paid residual income to do our job, and our job is to sign up distributors and customers. Now, if I sign up people with incentives, that's what's setting the bar. They think I ain't working unless I get a Starbucks gift card. I'll wait. It's like people waiting to go diamond for a bonus. That is ridiculous. Do you know how much money you're missing out on when there's not a bonus?
Yeah.
But have we educated them and told them, by the way, do you know how much you're missing out on because you're not diamond yet? Okay. But as a leader, I have to set that bar. And so a lot of times, you guys, I don't even tell them what they're signing up. This girl who just joined, she doesn't even know about the new promotion. She knows 4 customers, 3 distributors, Ruby. Because how awesome is it going to be when she comes in and she's 2 weeks in and I'm like, oh, hey, she didn't know about $100 shopping spree. She knows to get 4 customers and she's going to make commission. Now, and again, I don't set like super high expectations, but like the most we've ever done for like a host of post giveaways. And I'm like, that was exhausting for me, like exhausting for me to keep track. So now I have my leader. I'm like, y'all want to do it? You do it. I don't have time to do that and pick and mail out gift cards and blah, 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 and keep track of Venmos and crap. Like, that doesn't pay me. You should be doing host to post because you want to grow your business. You should be doing, signing up new customers because you want a bag of coffee for $19. Okay. Like, that's what I'm talking about. We should be doing this because this is our job. This is a business. This is not not a job as in I have a boss that's going to incentivize me. I have a compensation plan that pays me. And a lot of times we forget that if you do it once, you got to do it all the time. It's like giving away free samples. Okay. Like, I'm going to give away 14 bags of coffee. Do y'all think your network's going to ever sign up with you? No, they're going to wait around for the next 14 bags of coffee.
Yeah.
Like they're just going to wait around for it. And so, and I want consistent momentum. I don't want fast momentum. And I just saw somebody in the chat, and I want to get to this. I haven't signed a distributor in 3 months, but I signed a ton of loyal customers, and I work so hard to maintain. I don't know who this is, and I mean, they're probably going to be grateful that it doesn't say a name. This is why we sign up 4 customers and 3 distributors. Your 3 distributors will bring in the volume. Your 3 distributors, you won't have to maintain because you're going to be constantly building. When you try to maintain on volume, that's when you die. That's when your chart crumbles. That's when you start looking like, oh, I'm going to depend on everybody else. I'm telling you, I've never rebuilt in this business because I've never stopped building. And with those 3 distributors, so for me, I very rarely, and I got this from Jade Hooper, you guys, and I tried this over the last 3 months, and I'll give you the feedback. I'll give you the goods from it, okay? She says, I do not sign up customers, period, the end. And I just listened to Pam Sauter's podcast with her, and she literally said it again. And she says, I only sign up distributors, and I teach Allison, Beth, and Jay to get their 4 customers, and that's what brings in the volume. And then immediately I teach Allison, Beth, Stephanie, Tracy, Nikki to all go get 3 distributors. And then their 3 distributors bring in new volume. She's like, you start focusing on distributors. And I've always done that too. I've never been a high loyal customer recruiting machine, but I'm also a product of the product. So I do get customers, but I focus my posts, my messages on the opportunity. I can always downgrade to a customer, but my sole focus on my past, my present, and my future, my story, someone else's story, opportunity, because opportunity leads to new distributors, new fire, new customers, new blood. Like, you got to lead with the opportunity. It's 99 freaking bucks. If somebody's already, especially people that have signed up customers, let me just wrap my head around this. If you're pushing see, I'm getting red. Wait, woo! Here we go. Tell me it's hard to maintain. I'm going to tell you why. And I hope this answers their prayer. Okay. Anybody on here. It is hard to maintain when it's by yourself. This is a team effort. And if you're not building a team and looking for a team, because you're really, and somebody said this early on in my business. They said, if you're good at signing up customers, it's because you have a belief in the product. If you're really good at signing up a distributor, it's because you have a blessing and the opportunity. You have a really good why. When I started, y'all, we were negative $500. I did 2 hair appointments. The business opportunity was going to change my life. I went ruby in 45 days, diamond in 3 months. Even as a diamond, I still couldn't afford Christmas. I knew how many more people couldn't afford Christmas, and that's where I started. I started opportunity. How many of you guys are putting summer vacations on credit cards? How many other people do you know that? You guys, I used to walk into Walmart at midnight and cash out food stamps so nobody would see me. How many other people do I know do that same thing? The opportunity blessed my life. And I'm being selfish for not offering it to every single person. We know the products will change their life, but guess what they get when they sign up for the opportunity products? Always lead with the opportunity. Okay? And so again, it's like we feel comfortable doing customers because maybe we don't have to train. Maybe we don't have to mentor. Maybe I don't have good leadership skills. And that's why I want to stick with customers. Customers are going to come naturally as you use the products, you post about the products, you make that coffee every single morning. But what's hard is actually putting a mirror in front of you and saying, why did I do this business? Okay. Why am I so grateful for the tank of gas that I can put in my SUV every single week? You know what was crazy? I was in Wyoming, and to be able to go to Walmart 3 times in one day because we forgot ingredients and pay cash. And I literally was like, this is cool. I never want to forget these moments. Like, to be able to pick up my life and drive and get new tires, all 4 new ones on an SUV, and pay cash. Okay. The next thing that hit me recently was tags on our car. We used to go months without renewing our car. Yep. And do you know how many times I got pulled over because I couldn't afford $108 to renew my car in a year? If you don't have an extra $108, you better get to work.
Yeah.
You better thank God for every penny that comes into your way, and you better hustle and be raw about, do you guys really think that I want people to know that I struggled with alcohol forever? And that's why I've been sober for 13 years. Do you guys really think that I want people to know that we were broke? No, but that's what's relatable. And so yes, we need customers, but as you push the opportunity and you get vulnerable and you start getting real and raw about where you're at right now, maybe you're still on food stamps. Maybe you're still broke. Maybe you're still wondering how you're going to get gas to go see your family this vacation. Maybe you can't even afford a summer vacation. Talk about where you're going. And as you talk more about that, it's interesting. My time hop's popping up now because I joined in August. And so all of these things are leading up to this. And I get so like geeked and fired up. Like some of these posts, I'm like, I want to screenshot and share. 7 years ago, I was like, gosh, dang it. When is Josh going to get home? Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted being a mom all day. I can't wait for my husband to get home. Eating ramen again because that's what we had. Like start now and make that story. Nobody cares that I make $30,000+ a month. Nobody cares. They care that I can put food on the table. They care about the new iPad that I just bought that I still don't even use. Or they care about, I still sleep in the socks. That Christmas when I was Diamond, Josh and I bought each other socks for Christmas. That's all we could afford. My parents bought my kids Christmas. I still have those socks 7 years later. I never want to forget where I came from. And even 7 years in, there's new people who have never heard my story. There's new people on my timeline because I've constantly built my pipeline. I've constantly expanded my network that don't know where I was 7 years ago. They only see where I'm at today. So don't forget to share your story. And if you don't have, if you're not even Ruby yet, if you're not even Diamond yet, you better start talking about it. And you better talk about it until it happens. And if you miss a deadline, you keep talking about it. Okay. But we focused on shifting this after I heard Jade talk about it. I was like, you know what? It makes sense. It's freaking science. Sign up distributors, your volume's going to come in. And I signed up a girl February 25th. And I started this new way of building, like focus on distributors, even more so than I always have. And she went and got her Ruby guarantee in 34 days. She got her Emerald guarantee in 65 days. And she's been pushing Diamond for 2 months. She made in her first 60 days over $1,000 as a Ruby. Y'all, like they didn't even have to cut the guarantee. She already made it. But that's what I can promise is I'll guarantee that you will make in 60 days $1,000. And she did. And I'm like, dang. Now I get why they have $1,000 guarantee. If you do the math and you do the work, you will hit it. And let's say that $1,000 guarantee isn't available to you. And you go out and you build 3 people. And you take those 3 people to Ruby. And you take those 3 people to Emerald. Will you in the next 90 days get $3,000? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is why they guarantee it. And so it doesn't matter how long you've been in the business. You start focusing on those 3 distributors and you're going to get it. Like I'm hanging onto my chair right now, you guys. Like
I know I'm on the edge.
It's fun. Like if you just knew the power in recruiting 3 freaking people. Now it might take you 300 messages, but you go through those 300 messages. It's going to take a lot of freaking no's. It's going to take a lot of work, but I'm willing to do the work. I want the blessing. And I know what this company can do. And that's why you need to get up tonight and you need to message until you're blue in the face and you need to ask. I'm not saying go out and cold message and be like, add someone and message them immediately. No. But let me ask you this, Beth. I know you're right. You're dead center in front of me. So you're getting it tonight. Beth, if I sent you a message that said, okay, I know for a fact you would kill it in a leadership position. If I put you in a leadership position over the next 90 days and I could guarantee $3,000 partnering with me, would you do it? In the chat, what would you say? And everybody else, like how would you feel if somebody came up to you and said, Allison, I know for a fact you would kill it in this business. If I put you in a leadership position for 60 days and $1,000 guarantee, would you do it? Like, no thanks. I don't need $1,000 over summer. Come on. Of course they would, right? But a lot of times we just need someone to believe in us, you guys. We just need someone who believes in us. And what I found is a lot of people don't even know they can do what we do. They think it's a job. They think they got to get hired on. Yeah, kind of, but you can do it, right? And so that's a genuine message that I can send out to anyone who's liked my opportunity post. And that's where you start, is who liked your last opportunity post, go and message them. Thanks for the love of my post. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Okay, girl, I saw that you liked my post. I know you would kill in this business. It's $49 because I'm going to green carpet. Okay.
What's green carpet?
Right. Like it's $49. You get products. You've been talking about whatever forever. Come do this with me. You're being selfish if you don't ask. And I don't know about you, but I don't like being selfish.
Dude.
Oh, stop being selfish.
Do you know how, okay, now I'm going to get emotional.
Stop it.
One of those days. No, she brought the floodgates to Austin, and it was amazing because you're not afraid to be transparent.
No.
That's what I love about you. I hope you know, God, how incredible you are. Oh, I'm going to ugly cry. How much you bless people that you don't even know. And I'm just, happy to call you a friend.
You guys are so sweet. Like, this is truly an honor. And I honestly could go like 3 more hours and just pour in. And that's like, this is what gives me life. This is what fills my cup up, is to know that like, I kind of know what I'm doing. And sometimes I need those reminders, you guys. Like, I don't have it all together, but together we can have it all. And I need you just as much as you guys need me.
Well, you are so good at what you do. Every single word that you've said was just honestly anointing for, I think, a lot of us that have been talking today. Just anointing. You are the perfect one to talk at this time in this push. Perfect. And everything that you said was just gold. You're amazing at what you do. You're amazing at being a field liaison because you're yellow, and most people need that yellow, but you have the fire that makes you great at the business part too.
Well, and I think you guys, this is a people business. And if you got to learn to relate to people. And as you relate to the people, you're going to find the money. You're going to find the blessings. But oftentimes we're looking in the wrong areas. And we think we suck in a lot of areas. And I do. There are plenty of things that I am not good at, cooking being one of them. And I just am going to let someone else be really, really good at their job. Okay. But remember that I didn't always start here. I had to grow. I didn't have someone doing Zooms for me. You guys have something very special. Very special. Don't take it for granted. Use it to your advantage. And remember that these push groups, I'm like, no, literally, like, I would love to be in a push group. Like, please, right? Like, I want to do this. Like, I'm still actively building a business, you guys. Like, it's the 10th and I signed up my first distributor of the month.
Same.
Last month, I didn't sign up anyone until the last day. And in 24 hours, I signed up my 3.
Wow.
What if I had given up on the 20th? 3 distributors in 24 hours. But I didn't stop every day that I didn't sign someone up. And I started thinking, oh, this is going to be funny. What if I sign up everyone on the last day of the month? Well, guess what freaking happened, Amber? And I'm like, good job. You suck. You suck at affirmations. You declared that. And I was like, hey, not again. Not again. No. We don't play it like that, right?
That's Allison. She signs up like 1,000 BV in the last 2 days, every single month.
But they, right? Like, because we think about it. And if we think we can do that in 24 hours, what are we doing the other 30 days of the month? Right?
Yeah.
Start talking to yourself in the ways and the things that you really, that you know you can have.
Be kind to yourself.
Wow. Everybody put a 1 in the comment if you've cried.
I know. I'm like reading all the comments. These are so sweet.
Wow. No, you're amazing. I adore you. I'm so glad that we met in Michigan and got to have dinner, there. It was so great. And I love this business. I love it every time we're on something like this and we have a guest speaker or just one of you talk. I'm inspired, and I continue to know that this is home. This is the right place where God is literally surrounding us with people that we need for such a time as this specific evening. And I'm just really thankful. Amber, thank you. Thank you. Tell Josh, thank you for sharing you with us tonight. And if you will send me some of that
Juju.
Juju. That'd be great. And I will forward it on to the team. Thank you.
If I don't do it now, I'm not doing it. So you need to tell me all the goods that I need to send you, and they're coming your way. Okay.
Now, whatever you train for your new DTs, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for being on with us. I know Monica has a power hour she's going to be doing for us up next. So love you guys. Check the push page for Monica's ID, and I will see y'all bright and early at 6:30 a.m. Amber, you're welcome to join if you want on
Is
this.
that Central Time?
Yes, Central Time, 6:30. We're going to listen to Pam Souter and Jay Koopa. That's what we're going to do in the
It
morning.
is so good. And
excited.
I'm not sure I can announce this yet, but I'm going to be on Pam Souter's podcast on Thursday. So, but y'all just got a sneak peek of what's going to be on there. So, but it'll be good. But literally, like, you guys got to find the mentors that are already where you are, where you want to be. And Pam Souter's one of them for me. So I'm so scared.
You're going to be great. It's going to be great. All right, guys. Appreciate you. And I'll see y'all in a minute on Zoom. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.